This is throwback of what Jonathan Fayose said prophetically to warn Nigerians in 2015. Nigerians failed to heed the warnings from Goodluck Jonathan and former governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Ayo Fayose, who sounded notes of warnings to Nigerians, warned them to avoid a government that will take away their freedom of speech and destroy the fiber of democracy. Prior to the 2015 elections, some leaders, including Tinubu, Okorocha, Atiku, came together to present President Buhari to Nigerians. They claimed that Buhari is now a born-again, as he was known to be a military dictator who truncated democratically elected government of Shehu Shagari via military coup in 1983. These leaders claimed that Buhari, who was known as General Muhammadu Buhari, GMB, would now be known as President Muhammadu Buhari, PMB. This is to show to Nigerians that he is now a reformed Democrat. But Ayo Fayose didn't wait before telling Nigerians that Buhari, a leopard, can never change his spot because of how he ruled in 1983 before he was overthrown by Babangida. As it was in 1983-84, Nigeria under Buhari, so it is now under him since 2015 to date. Buhari is running one of the most brutal and repressive democracy ever known to mankind, under the disguise of fighting corruption. The same citizens who failed to heed the warnings are now regretting and lamenting now. Here are some of the prophetic words of ex-President Goodluck Jonathan. 1. When I leave, you Nigerians will all remember me for the total freedom you enjoyed under my government. 2. I am the most abused and insulted president in the world. But when I leave office, you will all remember me for the total freedom you enjoyed under my government. The choice before Nigerians, which is number 3, in the coming elections is simple. A choice between going forward or going backwards. Between new ways of doing things and old ways. Between freedom and repression. Between records of visible achievements and beneficial reforms and desperate power seekers with empty promises. That was what Goodluck Jonathan said December 10, 2014. On Fayose's part, after Buhari was voted in, he also warned that now that they have succeeded in foisting Buhari, who is known as a man with dictatorship tendencies, that his first victims will be those who brought him to power. The people who brought him to power are all grumbling underground now. He said those who brought Buhari will end up in his stomach. Governor Fayose says this July 11, 2016. All what was said about Buhari by these two leaders have come to pass. Are they prophetic or not? So guys, there's no everything is just true. There's no need to start arguing what they said or what they did not say. Everything, even beyond what they did not even say, are happening now. Everything they predicted about this man is coming to pass, and we don't even know the ones that are unfolding, that are yet to unfold now. Even this man too, Nnamdi Kanu, that they want to Fulanize Nigeria, they want to Islamize Nigeria. Everything, has come to pass as they have predicted them. People were like, oh, these guys, because you are trying to discredit them, you didn't want them to come in and all of that. And nobody's going to sit down here and say that these particular people, even Goodluck Jonathan and Ayo Fayose, they have their own problems because they contributed to this problem. Because if you had done the needful, because they themselves, these people who are talking now, they pushed Nigerians to what we are having now. Because if you had done the needful, because what was happening there was not something that people were really happy about, because they didn't have choice, and there was no way they would have continued with that kind of government too, the PDP government. There was no way people would have continued, because it was really tiring, because the days of impunity, even at that time, was something else that people could not really cope with. It was just shenanigans here and there. Both Fayose, Goodluck Jonathan, they did things that people were not really happy about. You push them into all of this, and people would now come and tell you, oh, there was no choice, there was no other better person that would have done this if not the people coming in. Okay, let us even have a change, because they boasted that we're going to be there for 60 years. Let us have change after 16 years. Let us have change. We cannot continue on the same route and expect different results. It's not going to happen. But the unfortunate thing there is that all the things they talk about this President Buhari, he should have put them to shame. But in fact, he just tried to make sure that, people are now going back, not giving credit to what they have said. You would have put them to shame. But just like your Fayose said that a leopard can never change his cloth or color, and that is what is playing out. This kind of a government or this kind of politics that this present administration is playing is politics of bitterness, of hatred, of revenge. A lot of people have been saying now, we can see it. It's not what people are saying. It is what we are experiencing. We can see now. There's a saying that if a woman has not married 2 husbands, you don't know the difference. We can see the difference. PDP time was bad, was really bad. But what we are experiencing now is worse. It's really worse. And they just want to put everybody inside cupboard, inside container that you don't even breathe. You don't have breathing space. Everything they said is happening now. Even more are to come. Even what they did not even envisage, they are happening now. And the president has said that he can decide to be ruthless in this or reckless in this last administration because it's not going to come back again. He's not going to be getting vote for people. People didn't really think through of that statement he made. The arrogance, we don't even know whether is the one in charge. We don't even know. The wife will come and talk, say one thing today. Tomorrow, she will come out and say another thing. I mean, Aisha Buhari. Then we don't even have direction. Now, the Senate president has come out to say, oh, he's talking to the president that the investors are leaving this country. They are leaving this country, for Ghana and other neighboring countries. Why wouldn't they leave? And they are telling us that they are doing well. If you are doing well, they will not leave. And they've started living, not now, since 2015, as soon as they came in because of their bad policies. See where we are now. Everything is on the rise. Prices of food are something else. Security is zero. Economy, So what can we even talk about? Disobedience to court order is the rave of the moment. Intimidating people is the rave of the moment. See what happened last Friday. A lot of them are beginning to see what is happening. Most of them, just like they predicted, all the people that helped them, that chanted their praises and all of that, supported them, see where they belong to now. The vice president is not there. He can't even say anything. We don't even know what the problem is. Some people are saying, oh, his silence is golden. Golden in what? In the face of this, all of these things. But if it were to be talking or referring to 16 years of PDP misrule, Oshibajo will come. He will be talking. Just give him opportunity to start talking about PDP. He will have that power to say it. And what we are experiencing now is worse than what PDP did, and he cannot say anything. Even the so-called NBA, Falana said NBA should discipline majority of them, or people that are lawyers that are in this cabinet. They can't say anything. I think SEC Sage has started, coming out of his share now, because what happened on Friday is not what you can defend. It's not what you can defend. Forget what Femi Adesina was saying, that less than 100,000 people are in support of Sowore, that millions of Nigerians are not even interested in whether he was rearrested or not. That is not the issue. The issue is that how he was rearrested, or the rearrest of Sowore, is it in accordance to the law? Because Sage has come out to tell the DSS to explain to Nigerians. You don't just do some things and you expect people to just take your action for that. You need to explain the reason why you arrested him again. Femi Adesina is saying, oh, the people who are even supporting Sowore, they are less than 100,000 and they are just making noise on social media. That the real people, they are not interested in whether he was rearrested, because you people have kept them. They don't even have electricity to know what is happening. It is just a few ones who are really, who are trying to see that they get to know what is happening. Those are the ones who are struggling to get their gadgets, whichever way they want to charge their phones. They are the ones getting all of these things, because you have kept those millions of people in perpetual poverty. They don't even know their right from their left. So and that's why they are rejoicing over it. They are happy that majority of Nigerians are ignorant. They don't know much things. But if you think that Nigerians don't know what is happening, but what about you embarrassing yourself to the whole world? The whole world now knows what is happening in Nigeria. And you want people to come to the country to come and invest. Which one is more now important? Nigerians do not know what is happening, but the world that you are expecting, the foreign investors, you want them to come to this country to invest. they are aware of what is happening, and now they are fidgeting, they are jittering. So all the things that Goodluck Jonathan and Fayose predicted, they are coming to pass. We are seeing them in full dose, and people are crying, people are wailing. But just like I said, those ones, they didn't even do better because they caused all of these things. Because if they had done well, I'm sure they wouldn't have given room for this present administration to have come in, because the same President Muhammadu Buhari contested 3 times. Nobody looked at his face, but it was the 4th time because of the way the PDP handled everything, gave them opportunity to come in. And Buhari himself would have, shamed these people for all they have said about him, so that all this kind of a thing will not happen, so that they will know that of a true really is a born again, is now a Democrat. But all that they are saying now, people are not giving credit back to Fayose and Goodluck for what they said, and they are playing out. So as we speak, and let's hear Nigerians' reaction. Someone say extremely prophetic. We need leaders who we always see tomorrow. Ask Olushola Saraki. He will tell you that he is suffering and that Nigeria is dying or dead. Fulfilled prophecies indeed. Someone say definitely they now know him well. They are the best leaders we have ever produced. Oh, hey Jonathan, oh, hey Fayose. They thought the Bible was joking when it says, brethren, what you sow, you will reap. Let them be reaping their dividend one by one. I'm watching. Nigeria also is watching. If the power that we not throw, if the power that be will not throw Tinubu to jail come 2023 and Nigeria will finally break up, it is a political fight in the right direction. Head I know comes at last. Adaino comes at last, referring to Nigerians. Now they are regretting their actions. Of course, you cannot blame Nigerians, but people are saying, okay, the first time you saw the whole thing happen, then how did it come? For the second time, some people will see argue with you, oh, they didn't vote them, that they rigged themselves in this second term. Everybody trying to justify what happens at each point in time. Someone say, well, it is freedom of speech that allows for publishing inanities like above post. It is not yet taken away. However, the world will be a better place if there is any means or way only meaningful speech or writing will be allowed to the public, a means of stopping things that are not okay to be published. I don't know what this person is talking about. Someone says only Aboki will oppose or argue truth for their dummies. In sense, they must reap whatever they sow. Someone say I waka pass. Well, enjoy freedom under these people. We must have to change the status quo, and that is what is going on now. Someone say things have really fallen apart. The 2 men were prophets of our time. We were warned, but our sense of discernment and vision were blurred. We preferred darkness to light. We chose people that have no regard for democratic institutions that brought them to power. Uncivilized people that invade the homes of the most revered Supreme Court rare judges in the dead night and bundled them like the most wanted criminals. We have enthroned monsters who have desecrated the hallowed Federal High Court during the court proceedings in the presence of the judge, with the excuse of arresting a critic of their obnoxious style of leadership. What sacrilege is left? It is finished. So guys, what do you think about all of this? Leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.